Hi guys, my name's Tommy Pemberton. I'm here with UK Paintball in South London. We're out in the woods today and I want to talk to you about paintball. Okay, when you're heading out to a paintball field, there are two main bits of equipment that you're going to need. You're going to need your gun and you're going to need your goggles, okay? The first thing I want to talk about is your goggles, because this is the main piece of equipment in paintball. A lot of people, when they go and play paintball, they'll get issued a rental set of goggles that may steam up, they may not be the most comfortable, obviously because they've got to cater for a lot of rental customers. So if you get a choice to purchase your own goggles, then it's definitely worth doing it. So the first thing we're going to look at is a set of goggles. These are my DI4s, and the main things to look for in the goggles is obviously the comfort. So if you can try a couple of different sets of goggles on and try and work out which feels good on your face, then it's definitely worth getting a comfortable set, because when you're out there playing paintball all day, you're going to have these goggles on for a long time and you can't take them off when you're out in the game zone. So that's definitely the key thing. Obviously the second thing is about the lens. On a lot of high-end goggles now, they have thermal lenses, so it'll be basically like double glazing in a lens, so it just stops the lens steaming up. So that's another thing to ask if you're there, looking for a paintball goggle. Then definitely worth getting or investing in some thermal lenses, because it will really pay off on the day. The other things is the weight and just how it looks. I mean, it's something that's going to be on your face all day, and you're going to be there interacting with other players, so you want it to definitely look cool. I mean, this is a set of DI4s, like I said. That's definitely a top-end goggle. Here we have a set of rental goggles that you'll get out of field. These are a really good set of rental goggles. These are proto rental goggles, and they're a bit of an industry standard right now. They're definitely popular. They have a lot of forehead protection here, so if in case you get shot in the head, it will definitely protect you there. A lot of jaw protection, ear protection. It's a good set of goggles, nice and comfy, and this is probably what you'll get issued on the day. So these will definitely do you well on the day. The only thing is about the lens. If you don't look after the lens throughout the day, then you may start steaming up, and it may start fogging up and it affects your day. So make sure you listen out to the ref, speak to the site that you're at, and try and get the best out of the lens that you've got. Okay, I'm going to talk about paintball guns as well, because when you go to buy your first gun, it will be very different from the gun you first used when you went to a rental site. So here we have a rental gun. It's just nice and reliable. It's what you want just on a standard day. Okay, these guns are a high pressure gun. Okay, so they run on a high pressure air, and with that there's a lot of impact that goes into the paintball. So we're going to talk about paintballs another time, but right now, I mean, this high pressure gun will be harder on paint, and the trigger itself is a mechanical trigger, so each trigger pull is quite stiff, and it'll be harder to get this up to a high rate of fire. You can probably shoot these guns at about 5-6 balls a second, something like that. So this is your standard sort of issue paintball gun that you may try. Going on to the Die-NT, this is a high-end paintball marker. It's fully developed and right at the top of the food chain, really. Like these guns are electronic. They have electronic triggers. They have circuit boards. They're all fully set up to shoot paint quick and shoot it softly and be as comfortable as they can be. So when you're going to go and choose a paintball gun, similar to goggles, where you want it to fit right, you need the gun to feel right. Okay, so try and obviously spend as much as you can afford. You don't want to spend too much, but with the guns that are slightly higher end, it's worth it just because they feel better, they shoot better, they're better on the paint, they could be more air efficient, they could be softer on the paint, so it's definitely well worth it. I mean, with the gun itself, if you grab it, you want it to feel good, you want it to handle good, so when you're out there, it's going to feel like ultimately it can become an extension of your arm. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but that's how you want it to feel. You want it to be dead comfortable. You don't want to have this big brick in your hands that you're struggling to control, because you're never going to actually be able to shoot anyone with it, let alone have a fun day with it. So make sure it feels good to you. If you can shoot it, that's a real big bonus, or you can speak to someone else who has a different paintball gun. But for the first time, just pick a good level paintball gun. You want a gun that can work on air primarily, because air is a much cleaner air source and is better for your gun, but also you need to buy depending on where you're going to play. So if you're going to go and play in the woods, it may be different than if you were going to go and play some concept type paintball and some super air type paintball. So have a little think about it, do a lot of research on the net, because there's a lot of good things out there, but a good solid paintball gun will do you good for a long time, and the same with goggles. So try and invest as much money as you can in it, because it will do you good in the long run. So we've covered talking about paintball goggles, we've talked about paintball guns, and I think that's how to choose your paintball kit.